Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and I'm going to do a little raid video here. I don't usually release a War of the Visions video on Saturday morning, but the raid is out this week. People have been asking to see my team comp, and I had a really interesting thing happen with this raid. I actually did... okay, if you watched my Bradley polls, I got super lucky. I doubt there were many people who got luckier than me. And then it came to this raid, and I bet you not very many people have been as unlucky as me on this raid. What I'm doing right now is killing King Bradley, the rare raid boss. This is level 6 King Bradley. I want you to look at what level my regular raid is after I take this guy out. So there we go. King Bradley, raid boss, level 6, the rare raid boss. So I unlocked the card the last time I fought him. Check this out. I am in raid level 100 for the regular raid. And in fact, I did not kill the level 5 rare boss until I pitied it 5 times in a row. I literally pitied that level 6 one right there. That's also off of a pity bar fill up, I think, for the rare raid. So I've actually gone the maximum amount of times. Now it's going to end because now I'm filling this bar up again. So my ultimate unluck is over, but I have been on level 100 raid boss for a bit. And that's only the level 6 King Bradley. So I just want to share that little bit of unluck. Anyway, let's talk about good teams to take down the actual raid, the one you're going to be farming. Now, I do think there is a best team, and certainly there is a best person. If you have Roy, you're obviously going to want to use him the most. I've been using Roy. This is the team I've been farming it with. So for me, it's been Roy, and Classy Glassy. She has multi-hit magic attacks. You can stack the magic-based cards with these two. It's really powerful. Alternatively, you can essentially use Roy and any other fire chaining unit. I just threw this team together 1 second ago. I've never watched this, but I bet you Roy and any other fire unit that can chain with him or fire debuff, anything would work. So Rain, I'm almost... I would bet a lot of money that this team clears it because Roy is so good at this fight. What you should do in a raid typically, there's only a few things you want to worry about. You want to make sure the units that you're using can chain with each other. Building up the chain is the way to get enough damage done that you can win in the amount of turns available. Obviously, if you can go element advantage, you want to do that. Otherwise, look for just elemental combos using the highest bonus unit that you have leveled up. It's more important to be able to one-shot the fight though than to use a max bonus unit. If your only bonus unit is level 50 because you're just not really going hard during this event, or you don't have any of the bonus units, just find something else that you could use to beat it. So here's Roy and Rain just out here doing work. If you want to tune your teams to do a little bit better, make sure you're turning off any buffs besides buffs that give AP regeneration. That's a big deal in these fights, especially for your non-mages who need to generate AP. So turn off your group buffs. Just make sure they're getting AP, enough AP to get through the whole fight. Then enable multi-hit moves. A lot of times the AI is not very good at setting itself up for big chains. The first unit that goes will just do the move that it will hit the hardest with, and even though if it had done a 3-hit move, the next unit to go would have been able to do more damage with their chaining moves. You know what I mean? Just turn on and off moves to get maximum damage. It's pretty generic at this point, right? So I just wanted to show off what teams I was using, and I bet you I'm going to win this one with a summon, which is a pretty epic way to end this fight. Also, I'm going to take a look at the Mog shop for this raid. I have not bought anything yet, so let me go through there and show you what to prioritize in that shop. So there's my Roy team. That's done. I haven't really seen any videos shared about this yet. I don't think people are having problems with this. Fire is a very good PvE chaining element. Roy is obviously really great at it. Rain, King Mont, Luartha, Hyo. There's all of these units that could do some chaining damage or big hit damage. Honestly, Hyo's one of the worst of the bunch. So there we go. Let's claim those rewards. We're getting 2K 50 metals a run right now. Let's hit up the Mog Shop, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to prioritize buying this time around, and I'll tell you what you might think about as well. So, you definitely want these FMA Mine Spheres, especially if you're 140ing any of the units. So getting all 20 of those is going to set you back 30k metals. That's not a ton of farming, especially once you get to that level 100 point. This plush doll is very good. You're going to want to make sure you have enough recipes to +6 it. So for me personally, well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna buy them all eventually, thinking that maybe someday this works its way back in, and maybe someday I can get 2 +6s. So for me, I'm gonna buy every single one of these. I don't quite have enough yet. It's gonna be like 200k. Almost 200k to get all of them, so I have some more farming to do there. The white marshmallow miniature, you want to have several recipes of this, like 4 or 5, because just at +0, this is a very good status effect resist piece of gear, so pick up some recipes there. I love the Galmea coat at +6, or at +5 and 6, and I love the Brigandine at +5 and 6. I don't have a +6 Brigandine yet. You can see I have some recipes left over, and I already have some +5s, so I don't really need to buy any more of these, but I still might get enough that just in case someday I could build a full team of Brigandine wearing units, I could have 3 +6s. You should try to get a +6 of this, I think. And I do love this Galmea coat, like especially when you're building comps where you just want to have maximum magic. It's a pretty good piece of gear. Everybody, I think, is going to want to pick up the the rainbow horns. The rainbow antler, Justin, come at me. So that's going to set you back 50k. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up now. I think everybody's going to want to pick up all 3 of these 20 packs of scrolls for UR. This will give you a lot of clicks. I'll give you some reincarnations for your favorite UR unit. That's great. The scrolls for the MR, I think these are worth picking up as well. That'll set you back 60k for all of those, but it does unlock your ability to transcend or to reincarnate another MR unit. This is not a must buy though, especially if you're sitting on a bunch of them already from other areas. If you're not, you have access there. I think they're a high priority. Then blossoms are a big deal for a lot of people. Rainbow balls are a big deal for a lot of people. These are the things that you use to get your espers to to get your espers that second awakening, right? So I have a bunch of those. I'm not going to get them. I also am good on fragments of thought. Other than that, you could come down in here. If you hate farming trust stones, I mean, you could also just be farming trust stones to unlock your raids. So I don't know that these are necessarily worth it. Then I would highly recommend everybody come in here and just clean these out. It's 10,000 metals for every one of them, but especially if you're doing reincarnations and you'll really take your use to 120s and 140s, these are a big help. So I will be buying every elemental material in there. Otherwise, the really rare stuff is like these miraculous threads. You can't really get these anywhere else. I have 13,000 of them, but they are a rare drop. Joyful hearts are hard to acquire, so picking those up is a good idea if you're not sitting on a million of them. Sacred tree saps are a rare thing. Earth mega crysts, a very rare thing. Make sure you pick up enough of these to build whatever you're building. Same with the light mega crysts. I usually tend to have enough void mega crysts are in like every rare event, so I would prioritize those a bit less, but make sure you have enough light and earth mega crysts to build whatever you need to build. In fact, just make sure all this unlimited stuff, kind of plan out what you're trying to build for now and maybe what's in your backlog for building, and prioritize some of these like mega crysts and stuff down here a lot. Then you could do the dailies. I don't always do the dailies for this raid stuff, honestly. I spend so much on the rest of this shop that I don't mess with the dailies. Anyway, I've gotten to level 100 in my raid. I farmed it a little bit, and you can see this is what I can afford there. So it's going to take me another couple of days of farming to really get everything I want out of the raid shop. It's super doable in a weekend, guys. It's super doable in a weekend. My favorite way of doing it is finding something that will click for you, whether it's a child, another human being, or some kind of automated system. I'm probably not going to go down that route, but yeah. You can background farm your way, or you can auto farm your way to get the 10 spawns, and then having some way of getting through those spawns is highly recommended. So I use BlueStacks. There you go. Okay, guys, that's it. That's my little raid update video. That's what team comps I'm using. That's what I'm prioritizing in the shop. If you have comps that are working really good for you, especially if they're not based on Roy, who soloed this thing until like level 80 for me, drop those in the comment section. You might be helping somebody out who needs some help. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.